Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you're having a good day in the market today. Hope you had a pretty good week. Um, we did see NVAX start to move a little bit this week. We're going to talk about that as we look at our portfolio. And so let's just make this short and sweet today. We'll jump in there and take a look at our portfolio right now. And we are about 22 minutes away from closing right now. So you'll see everything is still moving around when I'm filming this. So see, we got green across the board right now. We're watching NVAX today. You'll see that there. It's up a little bit. But let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been on the move. Actually almost hit 63 today, 62.92761, which has been causing these two to be green. Now that one's kind of MSTR has fallen off the green today. You can see it was green pretty much all day. HUT. Let's take a look at HUT today. HUT is up really good, 8.92%, almost 9%. I tried to get this yesterday. Had an order out there for 1203, a little bit higher than I wanted to get it, and we missed that. I took it down, and then of course it got below there a little bit, and I missed that too. And today I couldn't get it, and it has run up really good. So. Missed that one. Wanted to trade it again, but I missed it. So we'll look for that $12 range again, possibly soon. And I like 1170, 1150 better, but may start buying it at 12. Never can tell. Just depends how it does for the day. Of course, this is going to follow Bitcoin. You can see here, we did trade it last week a little bit, and then had this opportunity yesterday to get it before it ran today, but we missed it. So. Didn't quite get down to where I wanted to get it. The volume, you can see almost 16. It's having a really good day. But this is a good one to trade if you're playing around with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin does go up and down all the time. That's for sure. And so, while it's swinging between this 63 and 60 or 58, even I think it got down to 58 something the other day. But, that one will move with it, up and down, up and down. So that's a good one to trade. This one here is just, I don't want to tie up that kind of money, so I'm not really doing a lot of trading with it, MSTR, but that's almost as close to a Bitcoin ETF as you can get. I mean, they're just loaded up on the Bitcoins, but today they're down a little bit, but they have been up most of the day. So if for some reason they pulled back, and this one has not pulled back, it's been solid. All right, NVAX. Let's take a look at NVAX. That's the one to talk about. It has been having some news here lately. Let's go ahead and pull that 5-day chart up, and you'll see a big spike. I think we made that video late Tuesday night, and then the morning when I woke up, we had some news. The news that made it jump like this was the filing in the UK. So we've had several pieces of news this week on it, and it has to do with the filing in the UK. So that was good. That's the kind of news we've been looking for, but we're looking for an actual approval. And so that's what we're waiting on. But we've had some good news, so let's talk about some of that good news. The UK filing was done Wednesday pre-market. We've got the news on it then. And you see that it did have a really good jump. It did sell off before the day was over a good bit, but the volume was pretty heavy that day. But the rest of the week, the volume's been normal to light. Okay, so not a lot going on since then. We do have earnings coming up November 4. I want to talk about a little bit about that. The earnings they're expected to have a $4.04 loss on the earnings, which is year-to-year change of about 25%, 26%. So the reason they're having that loss is because of the amount of money that they are spending to get all this work done that they're doing. So that I wouldn't pay a whole lot of attention to. The revenue is expected to be at 306.8 according to one of the articles I read, which is up 95% over year. So they're getting some of that. I would imagine that a lot of that revenue, if not all, is probably coming from some of that Operation Warp Speed. So that's good. But even though they're getting they're having that kind of revenue, they're still losing $4 a share. So they'll need to turn that around here pretty soon. Once they start jabbing arms, maybe they'll do that. But anyway, it's coming up, so watch for that. Watch for the negative articles to come out, try to beat this thing down. Now today we had a little bit of news about a filing in Australia, so that was good news for us. Now we don't have a good. It's not moving today. There was also another Politico article from what I read, something on a Motley Fool article that said that they came out with some kind of article again today, but. Uh, I don't know what's going on with them, but they don't like Novavax. But I don't think that had anything to do with today's price. All the vaccine folks were down, so uh, I'm not going to sweat that. But good news; those are the things that we expected to happen. But we're still waiting for the actual approval. That's what's really going to make this thing take off. I doubt earnings is going to do anything, but possibly make it go down. I could be wrong there, but unless they announce something in earnings, which they could be saving the really good news for earnings. So let's hope for that next Wednesday. I'm sure it's after hours. So all right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the charts a little bit on Novavax. Here's the chart for 5-day chart. You can see that was the news. See the volume spike here. A good bit of volume that day, but the rest of the week's been pretty light. I've actually got an order in for 150 today to sell. I bought this Novavax. I bought it on the 27th for 141.25. I've also bought it today at 146. So we're adding shares. But what I want to do is start selling some of those higher price shares and to get my average down even further. I'm going to go ahead and take a loss since I did pocket some money this month on some other things, things like HUT. So we're going to try to sell some before the day's over with. For some reason, somebody's trying to keep this thing from hitting 150 today. Let me see here. Yeah, let's go back to the 1-day chart. It has gotten real close, getting up there pretty high. And I think I've seen it about 149.50, and every time it gets up, there's some 149.57, 63. Wow. Okay, so it's getting very close, but it's running out of time. We got 15 minutes, and maybe it'll do it here right at the end. I could probably get it in after hours if I really want to try that hard, but we might just wait. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But the markets, you can see here, they have gotten back into the green. They started out down here in the red, especially the NASDAQ, which if Novavax is going to follow any market, it's going to be this NASDAQ move here. And that's kind of what it did today. It's been this one's gone up, NASDAQ has tightened up a little bit. But we're going to wait and see. I'm sure hoping it would hit that 150 so I can get that cost average a little bit better. I hate take losses, but I'll go ahead and take that loss since we had a win on several other things this month. So just a way to get your cost average down, kind of be something, reasonable that you're not really, hurting to get back up to the 250 level or whatever. Right now, I think I was, I can't remember right off the top of my head. I want to say 220 something now, based on my last buy. I don't think I looked at it today after I bought, so it could be even lower than that. Once I sell these shares that I'm trying to sell, that should improve it a good bit because those are really high price shares. What I was doing last time with Novavax, as it was going up, I was buying. I'd already sold out, and so as it was going up, I was trying to trade it, and it was working out pretty good. I'd buy it one day, sell it one day, the next day or so, and then what happens is sometimes you get caught trying to do that, and the next thing you know, it's heading the other direction. You've got these high price shares, and you get stuck in them, and that's kind of what happened to me. And then as it went down, I continued to try to buy it. I can keep my cost average down, but then we really got clobbered, and this thing has really dropped like a rock. I mean, this is where all this was going on, and then when it did all this stuff, then you're just kind of trapped in your high price shares. But with Novavax, this is nothing new. We've seen it. We've been down here. I mean, if you look at 1-year chart, it's the same type deal. It does this kind of crazy stuff. So this is a little bit lower than I ever thought we'd ever see again. But you can see that has been a good level. If you look across the board there, see, look at this line. If you look across the board, you can see it was resistance back in October of 2020. It kept hitting that and going back down a little bit. And then once it broke through there, it really took off right in here. And then once it broke through there, then that became support. As you can see right here, it came down here, went back up, and that's kind of the same level we got to right there. As you can see, we're way over here, that little dip there, and that was the level we got to right over here almost the same exact level. So it became support. So that's definitely, probably, if I had to guess, that's probably the bottom right now. Now we crashed through that, all bets are off. You know, we could keep going from there. But let's hope we don't. Now I think we might have temporarily on the day when it hits this, but that's okay. We close above it and we hang in there. So that's what we've been doing. So we're almost to that 150 level now, which is probably a level that we really need to get past, if I had to guess. Yeah, you can see kind of right in here where it was right in about here, and then it was trying to get up from there. And then it becomes, you get up here all the way to 200s, and then next thing you know, you're at the 170 support and then 180 support. So that's what we're looking for with NVAX to get to bust out and get up to that 170 level. If it ever gets up there, we can feel a little bit better about where we're at. We've got a lot of shares. We're all in on the cash account, so we really need this thing. I think it's really possibly going to turn here. I think we've seen the worst of it, unless there's some terrible news that comes out. All I'm expecting though is good news. I'm expecting more applications for, for approvals, and expecting the approvals themselves. So that's what we're waiting on. Tilray, Nikola, nothing really going on with those, so we won't talk a lot about those today. But just watch NVAX next week, especially after earnings. Let's see how that goes. May have some big news earnings day or that week. A lot of times they'll do that. They'll put the earnings, some good news out even before earnings. Watch for the hit jobs like we got with Politico. Evidently they're after us for some reason. I'm not sure why on the NVAX, but going to keep an eye on my Bitcoin this week. Hoping that we'll get into some new highs. If I never trade HUD again, that'll just be the way it goes. I've got the crypto account that's doing okay, so we'll be fine if it just keeps going up. But we look for opportunities when we don't feel bad about when things go down. We just try to jump on them and make a little money. That's how you do it. If everything went straight up, it's kind of hard to know when to buy, okay? Because you'll be buying all-time highs, and that's what we'd be doing right now in some of these stocks. So you just got to find good support levels and jump on them, okay? So I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll jump back on here early next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, depending on what's going on. Going to have a little surgery, I think Wednesday it is, a little place on my nose here, getting it cut off or cut into. So I'm going to be looking like I've come out of a prize fight probably next time on here. Have no idea how bad that's going to look. If it looks real bad, we probably won't get on here. So definitely try to get on there before then. And good luck to you next week. If you don't see me late in the week, you'll know why, that I'm still recovering from that. But hopefully I can get back on here later in the week. All right. Have a great weekend. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button right here, and go ahead and do that. We'd love to have you, and I appreciate the ones that have. And we'll talk to you later on. Thanks.